This morning, Coach K hanging up his whistle Saturday after his last game as Duke's head basketball coach.
This is being talked about all over the country. And this morning, CBS 17 sport director Chris Clark is taking a look at how the legendary coach motivated his players.
We're in the locker room for the last time before we go out, for a layup line. And all of a sudden, all the lights went out.
And all of a sudden, you saw this shimmering light coming down the hallway.
Then he comes in like with a candle lit.
Basically under his chin, so all you could see was his face illuminated. He used a line from literature and said, "I came not to praise Louisville, but to bury them."
He blows the candle out, the lights come on.
And everybody started screaming, jumped up and all that, and we ran out on the floor and played a great first half.
The candle one, he did that my freshman year.
We were in the game and playing well, and then, there was no candle at halftime. Louisville kicked our in the second half.
That one was used when Jay Billis was a player against Louisville, and Louisville blew them out.
Worked for 20 minutes, but apparently it was not a long-lasting candle.
He got angry one day at practice, and he threw a Dasani water bottle across the gym floor, and it went underneath the bleachers, which seemed odd at the time because the bleachers were pretty tight to the floor. So after practice that day, a few of us went out with a full Dasani water bottle, and we tried for 15 minutes to fit a Dasani water bottle underneath the bleacher. It was impossible. I don't know how he did that.
It was right before the first North Carolina game. And we had not beaten Carolina since I had been there. And he says, in Westerns, there comes a time where you have to draw a line in the sand. That's what this game, we are going to beat North Carolina. And so for the next 2-3 days, all he talked about was drawing a line in the sand. Right before the game, he'd come in and he'd give this kind of motivational speech. And I still get goosebumps when I think about it now, but that game, we were so ready. He walks in and he just takes the dry erase board and goes up to the thing and just draws a line. And it's like, all right, let's go. He said it in a little bit more colorful language. But that's all he did, and we beat North Carolina.
We're getting ready to play Georgia Tech. We come in Friday night, and we watched Braveheart. We watched the battle scene. We weren't sure what was happening. The next day, we come in for the pregame meeting. He plays the same scene again. He's not in the room. In hindsight, I should have noticed that there was a flower pot sitting next to the big screen. And as the scene culminates, he runs in with his army saber and screaming like William Wallace and sticks it in the flower pot. I mean, if you don't want to go play after that, you don't have a soul.